So here's why this topic of healing and rejuvenation is so important and why today. We live in a world that's, as a human beings, we are literally bombarded from all sides with all different, let's call it life force drainers, all the elements and things that are draining your life force energy on a physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional level. Let's say food and the ease of access to junk food and unhealthy food choices. How does this impact the overall well-being of the physical body?
So the problem with the lifestyle that we live in today, in this day and age, is that it's bringing people out of their optimum states of well-being. Okay, and an optimum state of well-being is what most people just have never felt before. The reason why is from numerous factors. Firstly, we were never given a manual when we were born on how to breathe properly. All right, and breathing is one of the most important aspects to get right if you want to actually be healthy and happy. And we'll go more into the science of why that is. But when it comes to our kind of factory-driven consumerism lifestyles in this day and age, we are consuming food that is so unnatural, so taken out of like nature and packaged into nice pretty boxes filled with chemicals that actually our livers are confused. Okay, a lot of these chemicals go straight into the body and they go straight to the liver. They're dumped in the liver. They don't even, they're not even often used as nutrition. And what that does is it overloads the liver and we get toxic livers, and that leads to a lot of problems. Not only that, we're filled with sugar in our diet. Sugar can actually also cause the same thing. Like the wrong types of sugar go straight into the liver, causes damage to the liver, and this is why we get cholesterol problems, heart disease, and other problems. Is wrong types of fuel. All right. If you imagine you are like a super efficient biocomputer, right? You have an engine, and what happens if you put the wrong fuel into your car, for example, right? If you put a diesel into a petrol, it just doesn't work properly. It gets sluggish, and you have to go to a mechanic.
It breaks, basically.
Breaks down, right? And you might have to go to a mechanic. And same thing with the human body. We've been putting the wrong fuel into the engine, not only in terms of what we breathe and how we breathe, but also in terms of the information we listen to. The educational system is a source of fuel, of information. And then also the diet, nutrition, what we drink, that is breaking people down. It's this lifestyle that's really affecting people. And as I said, like myself and many people that I know who have moved out of that into more holistic ways of life. And learning to just breathe correctly is one of the ways just to survive without needing to consume so much. That's what you're going to learn. Has done so much, just so much for people in terms of their well-being, their emotional state, their abundance, their financial health, and many other reasons, to actually start looking at a more holistic way of life. We are actually dying because of stress, and we can actually, our actual optimum kind of longevity is over 100 years. We should all be able to live to 120 years. However, our lifespans may be steadily a little bit increasing each year, but the quality of life isn't. And the people who really live a long time, like the Okinawans and some of the areas of like Italy, the blue zones, like in Spain, they're very community and socially driven people. And here's the thing, this is something you may not be aware of. What's the actual meaning of spirituality? What does spirituality really mean? Okay, so it comes from the Latin root meaning of the word to breathe, breath, espiritu, life, breath. And inspiration means to breathe in, expiration means to breathe out. So what these ancient people did was they would actually study animals in nature, and they noticed that the first thing an animal does when it's born is take a breath in, and the last thing it does is breathes out, exhales, expire and inspire. And inspiration is also associated with heightened thoughts, okay, because thought is also linked to the production of energy in the body, which comes from breath. So here's the thing, and here's a bit of an aha moment, paradigm shift. Do you actually know what conspiracy means? Conspire. Conspire actually means to breathe together. So before the 13th century, humans would conspire together. The spiritual people would get together. They would do breathing practices together. And actually breathwork, breathing practices, was a core part of every major spiritual tradition. And it all stems from like the ancient shamanic people who were the first kind of civilization builders. And they really did a lot of special breathing practices. And it brought people together. And when you breathe together, and you breathe in a rhythm, a harmony with each other, it creates a bond. This has already been studied by amazing scientists called HeartMath. They showed the phenomenon of collective coherence. So when you breathe in a rhythm, that creates a harmony in your physiology. And it actually increases the electromagnetic field of your heart. And what that means is that actually, if you're all breathing together at the same time, it creates a bond. You can actually see a mother and a baby when they're first born. They breathe at the same rate, exactly. They mirror each other. And it creates the first bond. And you start to produce the chemical of bonding, which is oxytocin. It's the chemical of love. It's a love molecule. And it actually builds the love between each other. Like you've probably seen it in the big Soma events we do in Mind Valley. Just the feeling of love and the tribe coming together when they're all breathing together. Because that's how we do the Soma techniques. It's all about breathing in a perfect rhythm, in harmony with each other. And the group dynamic it creates is just incredible. And our retreats, our experiences, is one of the most powerful things about breathwork and why we desperately need to bring it back. Because if we can all breathe together at the same time, imagine the magic that's going to just spread around the world just through the butterfly effect.
Amazing. And that's one of the reasons why we are also here. And also on Soulvana app, the group immersions are exactly this. So are basically collective group meditative experiences where we connect energetically, literally using modern technology to create coherence, to create oneness, the sense of unity. And this really takes entire experience and healing to another level. Amazing, Niraj.
Dear listener, we hope you enjoyed this session with amazing Niraj Naik and you find it valuable, inspiring or empowering. If you resonate with Niraj and his style and you would like to learn more on how breathwork and Soma Breath will help you accelerate your healings, your manifestations, intuitions and all aspects and areas of your life, you will absolutely love Niraj's free webinar on Soulvana. And to watch and experience this webinar absolutely free, simply click the link in the description of this video. My name is Clemens Struck, I'm the co-founder and the CEO of Soulvana by Mind Valley. Thank you so much for being here and I cannot wait to connect with you energetically on another session. See you soon.